You're listening to a production of the National Media Archive. To learn more or volunteer, go to nationalmediaarchive.com.
Let me take you back to the 1930s to a bustling Victorian railway town called Crewe. Now, you might be picturing steam engines and soot, but this is where the story of Bentley's legendary craftsmanship truly took root. The factory didn't even start out making cars. It was built in 1938 to produce aircraft engines for WWIE. Imagine the hum of giant turbines, not the purr of a Vate. Walter Owen Bentley's vision was simple but bold. Build a fast car, a good car, the best in its class. And with that, he set the foundation for what would become an icon of British luxury and speed. Doesn't it make you wonder, how did a factory built for war become a temple of luxury? Let's fast forward to today. Bentley has been hand-building cars in Crewe for over 70 years. That's right, hand-built. In a world obsessed with automation, why stick to tradition? Here's where two technical terms come in: bespoke and assembly line. At Bentley, bespoke isn't just a buzzword. It means every car is customized down to the last stitch. Unlike a typical assembly line where robots rule, Bentley's 4-0-strong workforce sculpts, sews, and polishes every detail. Ever wondered what it's like to step inside a car where you can smell the leather, feel the rich carpet, and know someone's hand shaped every inch? That's the magic of Crewe. Now, what if your car could truly reflect your wildest dreams? Enter the Mulliner departmental world, cloaked in secrecy, serving the 1% of the 1%. Here, terms like confidentiality and customization aren't just for spy thrillers. Imagine hidden drinks, cabinets, illuminated tread plates, and even custom Facebook objects. The level of detail is staggering. Do you want a picnic kit that doubles as a seat? Or maybe a drinks fridge that pops up at the touch of a button? If you can dream it, Mulliner can build it. Now you might be thinking, isn't a car just for driving? But at Bentley, a car becomes a personal statement, a rolling piece of art. Let's peek behind the scenes. Designing a Bentley isn't just about sketches on a napkin. It's a tug-of-war between aesthetics and feasibility. Designers yearn for beauty, think sweeping power lines and iconic headlamps, while engineers mumble about manufacturing constraints and costs. Ever heard of a surface change request? That's when a designer tweaks a curve and an engineer sighs, knowing it could cost millions. But here's the twist. Everyone agrees design is king. After fiery debates, the team always unites to create something uniquely Bentley. Picture the final product, a car that's both a technological marvel and an instant classic. What happens when a brand known for limousines and coupes decides to make an SUV? That's the Bentayga, the world's fastest, most luxurious off-roader. Bentley invested £800 million in this projected investment risk that could have backfired spectacularly. SUVs require a different architecture. They're taller, bulkier, and must blend ruggedness with refined luxury. Imagine sketching a car that's equally at home on a muddy field and outside a 5-star hotel. Some said it was impossible, but Bentley proved them wrong. The Bentayga isn't just an SUV, it's a Bentley through and through. Let's pop the hood literally. Bentley's engines are legendary, with technical terms like W12 and diesel hybrid leading the way. Each engine takes over 5 hours to build and passes through 24 different stations in the factory. Picture this, 150 engines a week, all hand, assembled. But here's the real shocker: Bentley, famous for petrol power, now embraces hybrid technology. AGVs, or automated guided vehicles, zip around to reduce wasted steps, letting skilled workers focus on precision. Isn't it fascinating how tradition and innovation coexist? Even a Bentley veteran admits, 40 years ago, I'd have laughed if you told me we'd build diesels. Let me tell you a story about leather and wood, the soul of every Bentley. Each car uses around 65 square meters of leather, sourced from only the best cows. That's material selection at its finest. Inspectors scrutinize every hide for scars and blemishes, ensuring only perfection makes the cut. Ever heard of cross-stitch? It's an optional extra that takes hours to complete but transforms a seat into a work of art. And the wood? Veneers worth £500,000 are shaped by apprentices under the watchful eyes of masters. Imagine spending 3 years just learning to sand wood. That's the level of detail we're talking about. Isn't it wild how a simple piece of tree or leather can become pure luxury? Why does Bentley race? It's not just for trophies, it's all about brand prestige and performance engineering. Every win on the track translates to cachet in the showroom. Motorsport is a high-risk, high-reward game. One wet Sunday in Catalonia, the team gambled on slick tires, hoping for a drying track. Sometimes it's a dream, sometimes a nightmare. But that competitive DNA pushing limits, testing new tech like carbon ceramic brakes feed straight back into the cars you see on the road. Next time you see a Bentley, remember, that luxury was honed at 200 miles an hour. Who buys a Bentley today? The answer might surprise you. It's no longer just royalty or old-school millionaires, it's also influencers, entrepreneurs, and football stars. Bentley's Mayfair showroom is a parade of the world's elite, but also curious fans snapping photos for Instagram. This is market segmentation at work, catering to both tradition and trend. The VIP handover experience unveiling the car with theatrical flair turns every delivery into a memory. Now you might be thinking, isn't it just a status symbol? Sure, but it's also about desire, identity, and that feeling you get sliding into a seat you know was made just for you. Here's the big question. Can Bentley go green without losing its soul? With the Bentayga hybrid, they're taking their first steps into electrification and alternative powertrains. But switching from pure petrol to hybrid isn't just about swapping engines. It's a complete rethink 18 months of prototype testing to ensure the Bentley feel remains. The goal? Deliver silent, effortless power while maintaining that unmistakable aura of luxury. I bet some purists are skeptical, but Bentley's betting on the future. If you were shopping for a luxury SUV, would you choose tradition or innovation? Let's talk about the extras. From master tackle stations for fly fishing to champagne picnic hampers, Bentley's accessories are the epitome of bespoke and functionality. Want a rear spoiler for your Bentayga? Or to match the wood trim to a tree from your garden? Done. These features aren't just for show, they're about making the car an extension of your life. For the new breed of outdoorsy Bentley owners, these details matter. Do you think a car should be as unique as its driver? At Bentley, the answer is always yes. Picture this. Bentley's flagship Mayfair showroom stripped to bare concrete, then reborn as a temple of modern luxury. This is brand evolution and customer experience in action. The challenge? Balance heritage with forward-looking design. Lighting systems that can shift to any color, a new bar for exclusive events. The details are all about anticipation. The transformation mirrors Bentley's journey, respecting the past while embracing the future. So, next time you walk into a luxury showroom, ask yourself, are you stepping into history or into tomorrow? In the final stretch, attention to detail is everything. Terms like gap analysis and fit and finish rule the day. Every car is scrutinized for the tiniest crease in the leather, the perfect alignment of panels. Even the seats back called the squab must be flawless. Ever wonder how many Bentley owners actually wash their own cars? Maybe not many, but when they do, they'll notice if anything's less than perfect. That's the standard Bentley sets. If it's not right, it doesn't leave the factory. Would you expect anything less for a car costing as much as a house? So where does Bentley go from here? With the Bentayga now accounting for half the factory's output and new customers seeking both heritage and innovation, the future looks bright. The brand is navigating a tricky path, staying true to its roots while courting a younger, more diverse audience. Whether it's making seats for barbershops or customizing cars with pink lights, Bentley proves that luxury is as much about imagination as it is about tradition. In the end, it's the customers, the dreamers, the collectors, even the social media stars who write the next chapter. So, if you could build your perfect Bentley, what story would it tell?